Well, speaking of 50, Cat
60. The
60.
new 50.
Yeah, that shit surprised the hell out of me. Now I
Me
know he's
too.
been playing amazing this year.
Mhm.
That coach Cliff, whatever, has done an amazing job with that team.
He did.
Um, like because when I saw it in the chat, I was like, Cat put up 32 in the third quarter, and I watched the game today, and he just got hot, man. And it looked like it was I guess maybe to y'all's point, it damn looked like it was an easy 60.
32 in the third.
That shit looked easy. Nobody could guard him. He did it
Yeah.
inside out, free throw line, physical. He was bodying people up. He was blowing by Jakob Pertl.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. Everybody else in front of him, he was just lighting their ass up. He had 56. The game was pretty much in hand. They put him out there to get the 60. But shit, even that was a 3-pointer. And he was just on another level last night. And I think he's been overlooked, his play in terms of what he's done this year. I think the Timberwolves overall, I started to mention them a little bit, but they've kind of been overlooked. Maybe not as a contender, but they deserve some respect because they was at the bottom for a long time.
100%. But you know what it is, Ken? We say it all the time on Dead End Sports. Your legacy is not made in the regular season.
I got you.
Want people to talk about you? You do it in the motherfucking
But
playoffs.
here's the thing. Cat's legacy was made in the regular season.
Yeah, because
Jimmy Butler.
Yes.
His reputation was done.
Yes.
But he is a different type of player. Like it seems like he has a hunger, a desire, a thirst. I don't know if I could be reached, but I don't know if anything had anything to do with COVID, losing his mom, him being deathly ill with COVID, and maybe he came to realization like, man, I'm just kind of wasting am I wasting, my time here, playing a game that I love. Like he has an intensity about him that I haven't seen before, and is really interesting. And that team, I don't know what they're in the 7th seed now.
Yeah.
Who would they face?
Who's number 2 right now?
The Warriors?
It's Memphis right now.
So they will play.
That would be a pretty good series.
They could beat them.
That.
That could go either way.
Yeah,
Edwards
that could go
catch
either way.
Fire. Edwards, he just got to catch fire in a series like that because Cat, I believe he's going to show up to give credence. Go ahead, Sheldon.
I was just gonna say you need Edwards to be solid. He ain't even got to catch fire because if Cat is on fire and Edwards is solid, you can win like that.
Yeah,
like they've proven they can win inside out. I said that a long time ago. What Anthony Edwards does is similar to how Zach LaVine is with DeMar DeRozan. He can freelance. I'm gonna score. That's all I care about doing is putting the ball in the basket because you're gonna be my horse, and that's what you need Cat to be. You need Cat to be that fire guy that's putting the ball in the basket
in that series.
Doing it all, and then Anthony Edwards can freelance, get them baskets, them extra baskets, and get you 18, and you good. You winning that game.
I just think it's like I think it's like one game where he has to catch fire though because Jaren Jackson Jr. has arrived in terms of a defensive talent. I think that I put the stats in the chat over the last 30 games. I think he's been responsible for I think the number 1 in defensive win shares if I'm not mistaken, and just his level of being able to switch out 1 through 5, what he's showing on the defensive end is off the charts. I don't think we saw that at Michigan State. So the reason why I said that Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man, got to catch a fire at least one game, give me at least 30 in one game, and Cat's going to be steady is because I think they're going to put Jaren Jackson instead they're going to start to double Cat. So he has to get the ball out of his hands. And I think that the defensive scheme that they have in Memphis is going to call for Ant to catch it for one game and maybe even 2, depending on what kind of series Cat has. But Cat's going to be steady. He's going to do what he do. But Memphis, their defensive scheme and what Jaren Jackson Jr. is doing right now, it's going to be a tough little matchup for Cat. It's going to be a great test.
Yeah, we'll see how they want to guard him. But yeah, that's definitely the matchup. That's where this series starts. It starts the Cat Jaren Jackson Jr. Matchup. That's where it starts. But the pendulum that can swing and we just need to see where he is evolution wise. Is really on Ja in this series, and that's what I said on the other side of it because Ja is the best player right now in that series.
Over Cat.
Yes, but you know how I feel about guards. They control a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Especially somebody like Ja that is that explosive. You just can't stop him from controlling the game. He can control. Big men can't control the game the whole game. They could go on runs. They could be extremely dominant. They could have a 30-point third quarter. But a point guard like Ja can slow it down. So don't slow the whole game, speed it up. Like he has that type of cachet right now. And he's just getting to it. So to me, this is going to prove how far Ja has come. Because I think from a talent perspective, if we're just looking at the talent, Minnesota got him. Minnesota has him. Their top 3 guys are better than Memphis's top 3 guys. Ja's better than everybody.
Dylan Brooks coming back. I don't know how he's going to be.
But he's not better than D'Lo or Anthony Edwards. Jaren Jackson, better defensively than anybody on that squad, but he's not better than Cat. He's not better than Anthony Edwards. If you
Jaren
want to say he's
Jackson?
better than D'Lo, okay, toss up. But at the end of the day, that series is going to come down to how much Ja has evolved to being a superstar player. Because he's the guy that can just single-handedly say, I don't give a damn what Cat do. We winning, and you can't stop me. Same way CP was. Hey, I'm this little guy. I'm going to be a pest. I'm going to get these steals. I'm going to hit these floaters. I'm going to set everybody up, and you can't stop it. If he gets there, to me, that first-round matchup for Memphis going to tell me everything I need to know about Ja Morant.
You think Minnesota could beat him?
Yes, they can. Because they got more talent overall, in my opinion. So they can beat them. But again, I think that's a big step for Minnesota to win a series.
Yeah, because it's almost like one of the stats I saw is that, when they started the season, their offense was like in the bottom half of the league. And now it's like top 6. It was like 6, rated 6. So they've definitely made a lot of strides as the season went along. And the thing about even just last night, like Anthony Harris wasn't even looking to score.
At all,
And that was the thing. And they said he said something after the Miami game. I couldn't find what his quote was, but but yeah, I mean, he wasn't looking to do his typical ball hog thing at times that he does. He was really facilitating.
That was real mature.
So, but I don't know, man. I think they made a lot of strides this year. Beating Memphis, I think, just as an overall unit will be tough. Because I think maybe even if I gave you the 3 players, I think just everything after that, Memphis probably got them.
Yeah, I think Memphis, because they made the playoffs last year, and they, if I'm not mistaken, they got taken out by Utah, right?
They fought,
and they fought. So what do I always say? You got to make it to the dance, get your ass whooped, and then you come back even stronger. Memphis is even stronger. This is Minnesota's first dance with the youngins, with the young guns. So based off of my own logic, they gotta get beat.
Yeah,
they gotta get beat.
Because it felt like DeJounte Murray was getting anything he wanted last night. That boy nice, bro.
He is nice.
He coming back from that injury he had. Yeah, it looked like he's almost all the way back.
He needs a bucket getter. He needs
Brandon
to
Ingram.
play with a certified bucket getter.
Brandon Ingram.
You said who?
Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, Brandon Ingram, Jason Tatum. Like, can you imagine DeJounte?
Can DeJounte get you 50?
No. That's a fluky 50. If he scores 50, that's a fluky 50. Because he may not get that, like, he can't do it twice in a season. That's a fluky 50. But can you imagine DeJounte Murray in Boston?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's the type of point guard they need. I'll take and hit wide open shots. I'll drive, and I'm going to be a pest. I'd rather get 15 assists than 15 points. That's the, man, I like DeJounte, but I don't know if San Antonio is going to get him where he needs to go, like
Yeah.
career. Like, because I think DeJounte is one of those underrated point guards that should be competing for championship. He's a championship level player. What you need from that lead guard to win a chip, he gives you that.
Yeah. Well, I think it's interesting right now. Minnesota is 1 win behind Denver and 2 wins behind Utah and Dallas. So they're right in the thick of things in terms of that race and seeding. So I think now it'd be interesting to see, like, mentality wise, like, where are you at? Like, are you gonna try to elevate your playoff seeding? Or are you just happy to be like, what are you gonna do? Because when was the last time the Minnesota Timberwolves made the playoffs?
When Jimmy was there.
When Jimmy was there? Yeah,
was the
so
last
it's been a minute.
About 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah, so they've kind of did some rebuilding around them. And I think they got some good core pieces. I think with D-Lo, sometimes I even forget this motherfucker there.
He there.
But I think bringing in drafting Anthony Edwards was definitely a great pick for them. I think he fits the overall structure of that team. D-Lo, you got D-Lo, you got Ant, and then you got Cat. The role players, are good as well. Are we overlooking the Pat Bev signing?
It was a catalyst for them, man. I think that Pat Bev he is underrated by regular NBA fans, and I feel like he's overrated by the teams that he's on, the fans of those teams. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, yo, he is changing our life. I don't think he changed life. I think that what he does is he brings a stability on the defensive end. He brings a tenacity on the defensive end that is underrated by the casual. But I think that when he's on your team, I think people can overvalue his importance because what he does bring is, like I just said, that tenacity. But it's not like you can't find dudes who do what he does on the defensive side of the ball. It's just the talking. It's just like the belief. Certain guys' energy, certain guys' aura. That's what makes him rare. Is the ability on defense. The 3-point shot is pretty solid this season, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's been a really improved 3-point shooter, and I think he just makes up for what Cat lacks in that. Like, all right, I'm starting to fade away. I'm starting to just shoot threes all game. Pat Bev is gonna be the dude to punch him in his chest, be like, Cat, get on the block. Like, what are you doing? Come on, let's go. And let's go. You know what I mean? And that's what they need. So, in that sense, in that intangible, that's kind of a priceless thing that a lot of guys don't have. You know what I mean?
But CQ, you again, man, we on the same page this week. But he does change life.
That's it. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, he changes life because he changes mentality.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that isn't overvalued. It's undervalued by the nonchalant, passive NBA watcher. But for anybody that has played sports, you know that sometimes the heart and soul of the team isn't necessarily the most talented guy.
Yeah.
And Pat Bev is always, doesn't matter if there's a Kawhi and Paul George, he's always going to be that guy, just like Draymond. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Draymond is the heart and soul. You can't win without the Splash Brothers, but you also don't lock in if you don't have Draymond.
Yeah.
Pat Bev allows you to lock in. Therefore,
Correct.
he changes life because he changes mentality. And that's difficult.
It is. I was you took the words right out of my mouth. I was thinking about Draymond the whole time you were saying that. He is the heart and soul of that team, and he gave them an identity.
Yes.
And that was what they didn't have. That toughness was lacking. We always talk about Cat and how soft he is. Cat ain't soft no more.
But you know what?
You know what I'm saying?
But not everybody always knows how to relate because Jimmy Butler brings that same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't mesh for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? So
Jimmy's a little harder, I think. I think Pat know how to pump you up.
You know why?
Jimmy try to pull you along.
Yes, but because it's the talent level. Mm-hmm. Jimmy's like, I'm doing it, so you do it.
Yeah.
And Pat Bev is like, no, you do it, and I'm gonna help you because I can't do it like you do it.
Right. That's the difference.
So yeah, like you could receive the harshness from a guy that you know is not better than you.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy challenged his ego, your manhood. Give me all the fucking scrubs. You take all of the best players. I'm gonna bust your ass, and I busted your ass. What the fuck you gonna do about that?
Yeah,
now?
it's funny because I laughed when he got sent to damn Minnesota, because I didn't expect them to be competing for a playoff spot or in a playoff spot. So and I just thought they were going to be the same old team, but nah, he proved me wrong.
And he's
Who,
the only
Jimmy?
difference.
Pat Bev. Pat Bev's
Okay.
impact.
I got you.
In
Pat
terms of
Bev's
what he's done, man.
He's the only one that's different there.
Yeah, so.
And I ain't saying that that's the only reason, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying?
He's a catalyst.
Yeah,
he's
the
catalyst.
been there, done that, so he can kind of bring that along. And he talks about Anthony Edwards and improving his game and his mindset. So that means a lot. You know what I'm saying? That means a whole lot. That's that Rondo effect where your off the court moves mean just as much as your on the court moves.
You know the thing I like about what Pat Bev says about Anthony Edwards is that he's only into positive things. He says, there's a lot of youngins that get into the NBA lifestyle, this, that, and the third, they lose their way. He's like, he's not about that. He's about basketball, go home, chill, take care of your body, play video games, stay out of the limelight, and go to work.
Really?
Yep. He said,
wow.
And that's part of the reason why. So on the JJ Redick podcast, Pat Bev said that Edwards has an opportunity to be the next Michael Jordan. Because he just said physical ability, the mindset, like he has it. He was just gonna be talented at whatever. If he wanted to go play baseball, he was gonna be the best baseball player. If he wanted to stick with football, he was gonna be the best football player. He said he's just one of those guys that naturally, he picks something up, he's gonna be the best at it. You know what I'm saying? So he really likes that, and he said Cat is Hall of Fame. He said, I don't know if I agree, but he was like, if Cat finished today, Cat is Hall of Fame.
Absolutely not.
I know.
Yeah.
So
absolutely not.
I feel you.
He really is hyping them boys up.
Yeah,
Ain't
he
he?
is. But
Both of them.
But because of that, that's why you get 60-point games out of Cat, because you got a guy like Pat Bev.
Yeah, you got to go.
saying
Hey,
that.
man, you a Hall of Fame player, man. You better go out and get me 60. And, man, you about to be the next Michael Jordan. What you doing, baby?
Yeah,
I love, hey, he'd be the best girlfriend ever.
Hey, yo.